Season 2, Session 2. We are back after the antics we pulled last week. Before we get started, I just have one announcement. CMSA eSports is hosting on Friday, June 7th at 7:30 p.m. our summer in-person event at the North End in North Halsted in Chicago. So if you are free at that time, come on down, come say hi, come talk about D&D, talk about video games, talk about anything, say hi to your friends. Mark your calendars. It is June 7th at 7:30 p.m. at the North End in Chicago. With that out of the way, how's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Good. All
Yeah,
right.
hanging in there.
Robot talk.
Crazy. Yeah, this crazy next session to our wonderful campaign. Cool. All right, team. Let's go ahead and get started then. Let's just jump right into it. So, last week, our group was summoned by Doomguide Yovir Glandon, a high priest of Kelemvor, who explained that he had heard of rumors of a ghost ship attacking small villages and farms along the northern coast of the Moonsea. Very few seem concerned, but Doomguide Yovir believes that based upon the path of the attacks, the city of Flan is going to be attacked soon. So he asked you to learn what you could about the pattern of the attacks and do what you could to prevent additional attacks. The group met with a madman named Yip at the Kelemvor Temple, who is apparently a survivor of one such attack. His mind, however, has been lost, and he provided little more than babbling about the eyes of a Dracolich that were seeing him. Thereafter, you met with Knight Aelid Burl. She's a member of the Knights of the Black Fist. She explained to you that there seems to be a pattern where the attacks occur every 4 days, apparently in sync with the phases of the moon. She tells you that the next attack will likely come in 2 days, and with the information she gives you, you learn that it is very likely going to be, the attack is likely going to occur at an island village about a day's journey away. You eventually made your way to the ferry that would take you to the village, eliminating a pack of direwolves along the way, and you meet the ferryman, Warsh, who, although very disgruntled about having to speak with outsiders, agreed to ferry you to the island for a fee. So that's where we find our group. We find you on your way to the island. Warsh is looking ahead, sees this island coming up in sight. You see a plume of smoke rising in the distance, no doubt the center of the village that you came to help on this island. But as you approach, you hear a loud splash, and the ferry becomes significantly lighter. You can feel. You take a look back, and you can see that your companion, Giggles, is gone. And in his place is a note, which you open up and read. And what it says to you is that he has basically got other things to do for the time being. He's been nominated for the prestigious Jester of the Year award, so he had to leave and go and accept that award, hopefully. And he tells you he'll be back as soon as he can, so you're kind of on your own at this point.
I did not realize he had teleportation abilities.
Ah, yes, this would have been quite useful.
So, as you come to terms with the abandonment of your companion for the time being, eventually you make your way to the dock. You exit the ferry, and Warsh is in the process of docking the ferry with 4 other individuals who are who are there to receive the ferry. What, if anything, do you do as you arrive?
I get out of the boat and I do a big old good morning stretch, shake my legs out a little bit. Ooh, quite the boat ride.
As this is happening, you can see that Warsh he's basically totally, just ignoring the 3 of you at this point. Totally wants nothing to do with you, as are the other 4 individuals who show up. They're kind of going about their own business, not even giving you, sparing you the slightest of glances. You can see that the plume of smoke is continuing to rise, and you can see that it's kind of on the other side of this kind of lightly wooded area. You can't quite see the village itself because you can see that it is an uphill slope leading to where the village is.
What can I tell about these 4 additional handymen that have joined us on the pier?
Give me an insight check, please.
Sure. Of course, it would have been a big help to have the character sheet open.
That's all right. You've got a lot of windows, you know.
Well, I was looking at the splash page, and I'm like, this looks great. Oh, wow. 19.
19. Awesome. Okay, so what you can glean is that these appear to be, as best you can discern, these are likely villagers from up the road. You can see that there are a couple of other kind of oar-powered small fishing boats, kind of also tied to the dock. You can see that they don't really. You get the impression that there's this kind of distaste for you and your companions, very similar to what Warsh had given you when you had met him for the first time. You just don't get the impression from them, based on your insight check, that they're very friendly at the moment. They're not hostile, but they are very clearly not interested in having you around.
I'm gonna share that with the party. Guys, I don't think they're into robots, yoga, or bees.
Oh my.
That is unfortunate.
No yoga on Vacation Fishing Island? Hard to believe. What does it look like they're doing? Are they just bringing?
Yeah, they're just securing the ferry to the dock. A couple. You can overhear just like a couple of words here and there, just talking about what they're supposed to do with the piece, a portion of the rope, etc. But what you do notice as you kind of overhear them is that they it seems like they talk in this very obscure dialect. It's not regular common. You can pick out words here and there, but and understand the general gist of what it is that they're saying. But it is a very uncommon, unusual dialect of common that they're using.
And just one last sort of like contact sort of thing. Is this island common knowledge? Or is this like it was hard for us to even find it?
Give me a history check, actually.
Okay. Uh, 14.
Okay, 14. I'll say with that, you know that this island exists. It's not like hidden or anything, but you know that very few people go out of their way to visit this island, and very few people from this island go to the main mainland. This dialect is something that you have not really ever heard before, so that's unusual to you. Maybe as far as you can glean, few people come to the island, and these people kind of stick to themselves on the island.
So Vacation Fishing Island is a bit of a misnomer. So as we're hearing them speak, I wonder if there's like a couple phrases or words that like are repeated that maybe we like might not understand, but like are able to hear like whatever they're talking about like this. Maybe it'll come up later.
Yeah. I mean, without a check, you can pretty easily discern that the term "outsides" is repeated by the 5 individuals here and there, and you discern they're probably talking about you. They're kind of just as flabbergasted at you, kind of as you are with the way that they're speaking and the kind of the quote unquote secrecy or lack of kind of interaction with the mainland that these individuals kind of exude.
Let's see. I guess I'll go up to them and ask, excuse me, so what would you suggest we check out first?
So the four new individuals, they continue working. They kind of like give a glance to Warsh, who very clearly seems to be the person who's in charge of this group. And he kind of gives them another glance back that suggests get back to work. And Warsh says, "Well, since you're here, you might as well go up to the just go up to the. You've already sullied this island. You might as well go up to the village and see what it is that you want to see. Be done with it, and I'll take you back to the mainland so that we can be rid of you outsides."
Warsh, is there some kind of like pamphlet or like promotional material for visiting?
Absolutely not. We don't open our islands to outsides often.
Oh. Well, what an honor.
Living
No,
in isolation is quite unhealthy.
He rolls his eyes and he goes back to his work, clearly disinterested in continuing a conversation with you outsides.
So when's the next ferry departure?
As soon as you are ready to go.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. See ya, Warsh. Do we want to do anything else here before heading towards the village?
I'm almost scared to do anything with these four, honestly.
I'm just surprised it takes 5 of them to deal with this little boat we came in.
I am ready to depart to the village.
Alright. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Let's go to the village.
You start making your way up the hilly pathway up to the village proper, and trees are blocking your view of the settlement from the landing. So your first sight of the village comes as you climb the wooded hill, and as you get there, it is very underwhelming. It's little more than a collection of hovels. You can see that there's a barn. There is a large centrally located fire pit. You can see that a lot of the individuals in the area have very dirty faces and wide eyes. And as you walk towards the village, you have these wide eyes that stare at you as you exit this rain-soaked tree line. But they don't keep your gaze for very long. They turn away, going back to their own business. That is except for one individual. You see a girl with dirty hair on a pockmarked face. She is grinning wildly, and she runs up to you, and she says, "Who might ye be, outsiders?"
Hello, I am Porty, your personal healthcare companion. We are here to investigate the attacks.
Attacks? Health? I don't know many words that you speak. But you come from land.
Yes, we all come from land if you think about it. We're not too different.
Were we different? You outsides visiting? When are you leaving?
Well, hopefully when we find out what we need to find out. Has there been any mention of ghost ships or Dracoliches? Any whispers about that around town?
She kind of like looks up to the side, clearly trying to remember think of if she remembers any mentions of ghost ships or anything, and she says, there's some speak here and there about demons and ghosts, maybe, but I think people of Island, we we no worry about that. We protect ourselves.
Do you perhaps have a parent or guardian present?
No, they died actually. Just me on the island with the village.
Just you, as in there is no village elder or supervisor?
Well, there's fire pit people at fire pit. They important. Also, she's clearly trying to put the words together to make it as understandable to all of you as possible. But she talks about this fire pit. She also says there's a smoke building, man-owned smoke building. Alberto, he important. Couple others here there, and some strangers like you.
And they're all at this fire pit?
All around village.
All around village.
It seems like we should check with Alberto in the smoke building.
I agree.
Do you know how long you might be? When you might be going back to land?
As long as it takes to ensure your care.
Okay. Well,
we work
head pats.
We work speedily.
all right. And
Here,
as you
have a good berry.
she takes it and she sniffs it. Clearly, she has not seen food like this before. She sniffs it and she's very clearly a little wary about it. And she looks up at you, QWERTY. Obviously a little. You can see in her eyes that she's unfamiliar with these three individuals whom she's never seen before personally, but also she's never seen this robot type individual before, this bee person before, or the yoga mat that's under Warrior One's arm. She's a little intrigued, concerned, but not afraid. And in fact, give me an insight check, all of you, please.
Yay. That's a 14 for Warrior One.
That's a nat 1 for John Wickerman.
Oh no.
QWERTY rolled an 8.
Oh wow. Okay, Warrior One, you're the closest. You can discern that she's trying to be she is being as genuine as she can be, despite the dialect differences. And what you can gather is that she is very. She keeps asking about when you're leaving, because you get the sense that she is no longer interested in staying on this island where she has no ties to anymore, her parents being dead. You get the impression that she's probably going to be a little clingy with you. And in fact, as you kind of like walk past her, she runs along behind you and she goes, I follow. I come with you. I help you. I show you around island.
I think that's a great idea. Maybe you can introduce us to Alberto.
Oh, okay. Oh, Alberto, yes. This way. And she takes you to a smokehouse on the right side, or on the eastern side of the map here. And you can see as you approach, it is just this. You take a look around. So before we get there, you take a look around the buildings of the island. As you're walking towards this smokehouse, you can see that there are a number of these quote unquote homes, or if that's as best you can describe them. A lot of them look to be in shambles, though. just a couple of them are totally ruined, and the rest of them are just falling apart as you take a look at them. You can see that there are about 14-ish buildings, kind of congregated or concentrated around the fire pit area. All of the doors to the homes, or most of them, are pointed towards this fire pit. So clearly, this fire pit it has some sort of significance to this village. Let's see. You make your way to one of these buildings, this smokehouse, and you can see that it is there is this plume of smoke out the back. And everyone, give me a perception check, I guess.
Pretty rolled 21.
11 for Warrior 1.
John rolled a dirty 20.
Okay, cool. So John and QWERTY, as you approach this smokehouse, you discern that the reason it's called the smokehouse is because it's actually clearly like two buildings that are kind of, it's a building with two rooms, and the smoke plume is coming out of the back building, the one over here. And what you can gather as Elisand, she tells you her name's Elisand, by the way.
Okay, I was about to ask if we ever got her name.
Yeah. She knocks on the door. It opens up, and she walks inside, and she says, "Dassie smoking house, not wheel arrow, but good to eat." And she just walks in, and this kind of big, burly man inside of this main portion of the building is very alarmed at this kind of bursting in by Elisand and these outsides. You can see that he's a big guy, and his one of his arms is actually way shorter than his other one. And he's kind of
Strong
like
hands.
looking. Yeah, he's kind of burly looking, but also just very like dirty and grimy. Clearly from the work that he does in the smokehouse, which you can smell in this room, is a smokehouse for smoking meats and fish. You can smell that from the kind of adjacent room where that all is taking place. As you burst in, you can see that this man, who you guess is this Alberto, he's surprised, but he doesn't make any effort to engage in conversation. He kind of glares at the four of you as you walk in, but he doesn't say anything. You can see that he is butchering some fish and some meats, no doubt in preparation for smoking in the other room. But he goes back to that dirty work as you all walk in. And Elisand says, "This Alberto, he's someone very important in village. He helped make food for village."
Hello, Alberto. I am QWERTY, a personal healthcare companion. How are you today?
Shut the door. And Elisand does so, does as she's told. And he says, "Why you bring outsides to my building, my home?" And Elisand says, They asked to see you. You're a big person in village." And Alberto turns back around, takes this giant knife into his hand, slams it onto the table, cutting a fish directly in half. Doesn't say anything more at the moment. He just keeps butchering. Elisand at this point, for the first time, is kind of like a little concerned about the silence that's been that they've been greeted with. She says, "Now you asked to speak with village leader. You turn now.
I see
Yes.
you are proficient with meal preparing. I am also proficient with cook's utensils. May I learn something from you?
He lifts up the knife and he says, it's sharp. It's cutting. It's smoke. It's cook. It's food.
Very informative. I will take note.
Give me an insight check, QWERTY.
Birdie rolled a 10.
A 10. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Yep. He just tells you that. You're a little confused at his lack of engagement.
Alberto, coincidentally, hi, I'm John. Smoke is great for bees. Do you mind if I let my hair down, so to speak? And I imagine John's like got his hand on the ready on his like wicker pot of bees, just waiting.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He doesn't say anything, which means he doesn't say no. So
That's all I need to hear. Thanks.
so describe to me what happens.
Yeah, so I imagine John's got this giant like hive of bees with him at all times, like a backpack. So I think, taking stock of like the half inch of smoke in the room, right? Not gonna waste time. Just gonna pop the lid off this thing and just kind of usher my sweet little darlings out until they fill up the table.
Oh.
So
Okay.
this one's named John too. That's John Jr. That's John Jack. John Sr. Alberto, you seem to be looking away. That's Robert right there, actually, and that one's named Mike. Oh, and that's my favorite. That's John Jr. too.
My favorite is John Cena.
Well, he's nowhere to be seen, of course.
He watches as the bees kind of take over the table for a little bit, and he's for a minute he's like just kind of processing the scene, and until eventually he kind of regains his composure, and he turns towards you, and for the first time he's like really kind of engaged in some sort of interaction or conversation with you, and the words out of his mouth are, "Outsides only bring trouble. Trouble needs killed, then butchered, then smoked, then eaten for leaner times."
I am a robot and will not provide any nutrition if you decide to eat me. However, we are here to investigate the attacks that have been happening recently and would like your information and input on the matter. We would not like to waste your time.
Attacks. Some speaking of attacks, I see no danger of attacks. We keep island secured. At least I thought we did.
We did have 4 gold.
Outsiders bring nothing but trouble.
According to our information, an attack may happen here very soon, and we would like to prevent it or help you in your defense.
The crones might know more of the attack. A pending attack at the fire pit. They might know. They might have heard more. My job is to provide for the island. My job is to butcher. My job is to kill. My job is to cook and provide.
Can you
You are a
tell
great
us,
job to have.
Can you tell us more about these crones? Is that a first name, last name?
That is the collective. 3 individuals. They keep the fire pit going at all times. Provides protection for the village. We believe if the fire goes out, the dangers in the forest will come for us.
The term crone is often related to divination magic. In the past, there have been crones made for the past, present, and future. This sounds like a similar situation.
So, Alberto, what sorts of dangers lurk in the forest?
Monsters, dangers, ghosts, perhaps, demons, all sorts. We don't go into the forest.
Could you describe these demons?
Angry, destructive, harmful.
Any physical appearance descriptions?
He takes his knife and he slams it into the ground again, and he says, "These are not questions for me. I don't wish to dwell on the dangers of the forest."
Understood. It seems as though you would prefer we speak to the crones. Is that correct?
I would prefer you leave our island.
In due time.
For your safety, I feel as though we should address the crones and address this accordingly.
Yeah, are we good to go visit the crones?
Yeah, I'll just need maybe an hour to maybe an hour and a half to collect my bees, and we can head out.
Not a whole
Wow,
hour
you're
and a half.
Standing there. Everyone, they're just watching as Alberto's continuing to sloppily butcher these fish and meat.
Oh, sorry, Alberto. They love fish. I mean, what a coincidence, right?
John, you're getting so much quicker at retrieving your bees. I'm quite impressed.
Yeah, I've got it to a tight 90. All right, guys, let's go see the fire, right?
So you make your way out. Elisand leads the way, and she turns towards you and says, "See, it hard to keep friend with village. Since parents gone, no reason me to stay."
Well, there's a big world out there. Maybe we can show you some place where you feel like you belong.
You can see her face kind of lights up a little bit because of what you said, but also because you reached the fire pit. Clearly, the fire pit is it's a little sparse for the time being, just because it's kind of rainy at the moment. But you have no difficulty discerning that this fire pit is the center of daily life here in this village. You can see that there are a number of kind of stools that are around this fire pit. There's blocks of wood kind of scattered about. It's just kind of like it's messy, but it goes to show that there's a lot of kind of activity in this area. People kind of just like leaving things here and there, very kind of like transient in this part of the village. People coming and going from the fire pit. You can see three elderly individuals around the fire. They are boiling water, and you can see that they are cleaning fish during the process as well. As you approach, you kind of get the full brunt of this fishy stench from the cleaning that they're doing that hits you. You see that they have long, stringy gray hair. You can see, you hear that they're speaking to each other in these piercing voices that even pierce the muted atmosphere of the pouring rain. They are sitting here just talking with each other. They haven't noticed you approach yet. And you can hear that they're just talking about the village, kind of the goings on, and just talking about the drudgery of some of the work that they do. Well, what do you do as you approach?
Well, so as we're listening, do we hear signs of the same like dialect coming from them?
You do, yes.
Okay. Hmm.
Is there, I don't know. Oh, Alberto kind of made it seem like there was something magical about these three. Are there any like sort of like detectable like sigils or like funky vibes going on beyond the fish stink?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay, let's see. That's a 13.
Okay, 13. You don't really, you don't sense much. You can sense that there's probably some very, very muted magical aura here. You can't pinpoint what it is. You can't pinpoint where it is. You don't know if it's kind of this. The village itself is imbued with this potentially magical force, or if it's limited to. You don't know if it's centered around a person or an object, or if it's the island itself, or what have you. But you do discern that there's something magical present around you.
I hush in hushed tones to the rest of the party. I go,
I think we lost you.
oh, well, that's perfect for a whisper then.
Oh, well, there
I
we go.
whisper
Perfect.
to the
Okay,
rest
great.
of the party and say, magic soup, guys.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Magic soup for the soul. Let's go.
And as you say that, you can see one of the individuals turns around and sees you approach. This individual here stops what she's doing with the fish, and she takes her hands and she wipes them on an apron that she's wearing, and she says, "Oh, outsides come to island, come to bring trouble or assistance." And as she says that, Elisan says, this Depit is local for speeching with the crones. They always clean drink. I'll need the drink.
Are
Wait,
you
so-
underage for drinking?
I'll drink pure. Drink water. Drink water. Make water clean for drink.
The ancient art of boiling water. I know that spell myself. Okay. I'm truly astounded by the technologies at work here.
We wish to provide aid. We are investigating the attacks happening in the surrounding area and have reason to believe they will be happening here next. We hear that you may have some more information.
Attacks. Yes, attacks happened. Some speak of ghost ship that bring terror to island. But I not know much more than that. Nope, not much more.
I would like to see if it seems like she might be holding back just because we're outsiders. Like,
yeah, give me an insight check.
That's a 4.
Or yeah, no, that's she sounds truthful to you.
Interesting. Well, friends, it seems like we've come upon a bit of a dead end.
We're just the insightful bunch today.
Dear crones, Alberto mentioned something about ghosts in the woods. Are they related to this ghost ship?
It's maybe possible dangers all around island. Dangers come since ship um and woods become dangerous since ship.
Oh. So this is recent that these dangers from the forest have developed.
Hmm. Danger not long, but it's here now.
Is the danger concentrated in a certain area of the forest?
Give me an insight check.
Here we go. Great.
Yeah, let's give it another try, team.
Let's do
Brady has a
it.
+6, therefore this should be high.
Please.
A 16.
16. Okay, there we go. You can tell that she definitely is holding back. Quite a bit, actually. You can, Queerty, you kind of like scan her face and see that there are the telltale signs of kind of like not fibbing, but yeah, like deeper knowledge of some of these things that are being talked about. But she's holding back because she's not sure that she can trust you yet, or they're not sure that they can trust you yet.
My scans show that you may be withholding information. Would you be interested in offering a trade in exchange for information?
What trade?
What do you desire?
She leans in towards the other two individuals sitting around the fire. You can hear whispering back and forth in the muted, unusual dialect they have. And eventually they pull away, and this individual says, 7 gold pieces. Information.
Here are 5 gold pieces. Party members, please supply the other 2.
Yes, I can cover the rest.
Oh, thank God. I have 0 coins.
Teamwork. We're making it happen. Good job.
Yes.
Good job, everyone. She holds out her hand, and the 7 gold pieces clink into them, and she kind of like feels them over to make sure that they're real, and ultimately she's satisfied, and she kind of drops, quote unquote, the act that she was doing. She kind of leans in towards you, and she says, "Ghost ship come some time ago. Audacity was on side of ship. It's come, and undead creatures, ghosts, demons, from time to time make appearance in the woods. We village keep to ourselves. We stay here and survive. We keep the fire burning to ensure we protected. We sleep never.
Oh my God.
Rarely. We keep fire burning. We keep fire burning to ensure village thrive. We boil water to ensure we healthy, so that village thrive."
Great work that you're doing. I do recommend that you get your nightly 6 to 8 hours of rest, though. There are 3 of you. Perhaps you could take turns.
We rest when can, but we must making sure that village is safe and protected from the forest. Mm, Many dangers in forest that we need keep away.
So I dig through my pack and I take out a torch that I have and I ask, so if I took some of this fire from the pit into the forest, would some of that protection be extended to myself and my friends?
She looks towards her two companions, and they lean in again, and they start whispering a little bit more. And she pulls away, and she says, "Protection, no outsides. Outsides work on their own."
Hmm.
Can I investigate this fire further to see like what the fuel of it is, or like if it has any magical properties?
Give me an investigation check, yeah.
Oh wow, that's a 19.
19.
Ooh.
Okay. With a 19, you take a closer look at the fire. You can see the three of them as you get a little bit closer to the fire are a little uncomfortable that you're coming a little close to this supposedly sacred fire. You take a look. There's just a bunch of wood under the pot that's boiling. It's just a regular fire. You discern nothing special or magical about this fire itself. Give me an insight check along with that.
Yeah, sure. That's a 14.
Okay, with the 14, yeah, you take a look back at the three of them. They're still looking a little uncomfortable that you have gotten so close to the fire. And what you can discern is that they are apparently a very superstitious bunch. And connecting the dots to kind of some of the other people you've met so far, Alberto, Elisand, a little bit, just the conversations you've had, you gather that perhaps given the isolation that this village has had, they keep to themselves out here in the middle of nowhere. They're ripe, conditions are ripe for becoming a very superstitious bunch that is fueled by kind of their own storytelling and myth making. And as best you can discern, this fire is probably one of those things. It's just a fire, but they think that this fire is going to protect the village from whatever threat is coming their way.
I think I hang on to that information so as not to like share it in front of the crones and agitate them in any way.
Yep.
Not that we like, anything might set them off with this group, but maybe this holds them off.
Release the bees.
Release the bees. Well,
Is there a particular point of interest you feel we should investigate regarding these attacks, or these ghosts, or these demons?
They congregate one more time, talk to each other, and the one you've been speaking to pulls away, and she says, "If you seek to do good and not bring trouble to this village, perhaps explore forest and purify forest, so no harm comes to village anymore or ever again."
that's all we wished to do.
Point
I do.
away.
I do have
Yes.
one more question for the Crones. Dearest Crones, you mentioned that the ship's name was... What was the ship's name?
Audacity.
How do you know its name is Audacity?
Was on the side of the boat, of the ship, written in gold letters.
Did you see anybody on the ship?
No.
And so it
I
just
saw the ship.
floated by? And then ghosts in the forests?
Yes. Ghosts. Ghosts in the forest. Ghosts from the ship. So you can see that she's whereas Alberto is kind of like thinking that these stories about ghosts and the ship are rumors, you can see that the three of them definitely think it to be real. They actually do believe that whatever ship this was came to the island, bringing these undead creatures, these ghosts, these demons, what have you.
So it seems that perhaps we should go into the forest then. See what these ghosts are like.
Freddy is anxious to investigate.
Let's do it.
Yes. Time for a
La
hike.
la la.
Okay, so you walk away from the crumbs, and Alicent, she kind of like she's following you a little bit towards the tree line. Unless is that what we're doing now? Is that are we heading there now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. You start heading to the tree line, and you can see she kind of like hesitates a little bit as you continue your way there. But she's, you turn around, you take a look, and you see that she's determined that she's going to do what she can to get on your good side, to get off this island. And so she kind of takes a deep breath, and she exhales, and she follows you towards the outskirts of the village and towards the island. For such a small island with these inhabitants, you can see as you are walking along.
We're so small.
Here, let me get you. Oh shoot! Sorry, just a second. So as you are continuing along, oh sorry, hold on. Jump back into my game. Technical issue. Okay, so as you are making your way to the tree line, you can see that as you enter them, the woods are oddly thick and dark. You can see that they're filled with pines, walnuts, and hawthorns, and you can see that it has this forest has this dense underbrush of thorny plants, and very clearly it is unpleasant to walk through. As you are making your way through the forest, Elisan just kind of blurts out, "No musten walk the dark wood. The creatures gobble you. Be careful." And you continue along. What do you do as you enter the woods? What are you looking for? Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, real quick. Elisand, can you just plug your ears for a second? Just real quick.
Plug ears.
Warrior One says, yeah, just do this pose after me, and sort of puts her hands on her ears.
and she does.
Excellent.
She does the same.
Hey, that fire it's just fire. There's nothing magical about it at all. I just don't want to blow Elisand's mind. It's just a fire.
You see Warrior One's lip tremble a little bit. Was a bit of a believer.
Oh no! Plug your ears real quick.
Just concentrate on the breath.
Here's some beeswax. Just plug them up.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. I wish there were more exciting like accoutrements to being a bee guy, but there's not. So I think any fire, if it does work, should work. So I'm gonna light a torch and fingers crossed.
Brad.
It lighted
Yeah.
up. Yep.
I'll hold my torch too.
Okay.
I give
Activate
Elisand like
produce
thumbs
flame.
up.
Oh. Nice.
So you light up your torches as you're walking your way through the woods, and yeah, I mean, like nothing happens. You can see that you can see a little bit better. The rain is continuing to come down. The brush is still very difficult to make your way through. It's still very thick vegetation here, but you can see a little bit better. What do you do?
Do we see any critters running around?
Give me without an investigation check. Yeah, you can see that there are a couple of squirrels here and there and rodents who kind of managed to survive this like surprisingly hostile even for a forest or for these creatures who live in forests. A couple of them managed to survive somehow, but this is an unnaturally like thick and uninviting forest.
Using my speech of the woods, I go up to all of these squirrels and mice and just squeak, squeak, squeak'em, squeakers, squeak'ems. And I'm asking them if they've come across like any danger or specific areas to stay away from.
Okay. Give me. Okay. I like this a lot. Give me a persuasion check to see if you're able. So Queerty, you walk up to one of these creatures and you can see again. It's not just the villagers, obviously, who are secluded here. I mean, it's an island, so these squirrels, they rarely see individuals who are not the villagers, and they rarely see the villagers because no one comes into the forest. So seeing you all is a little startling. So give me a persuasion check to see if we can kind of like calm them down and see if you can get the information out of them that you're wanting to get.
15.
15. Okay, with the 15, you can see there's a squirrel that's kind of like darting back and forth. It's chittering a little bit. And it eventually stops as you kind of like calm it down. And you ask about dangers in the woods. And this squirrel says, it's quite unusual creature that walks these woods. One that I've not seen before, but not until very recently. It's a quite a dastardly-looking thing, with joints that seem to bend in the wrong directions, and very intriguing-looking face, much like the villagers, at least what I remember of them, but much more severe, I would say, and much more terrifying, I would say. That creature seems to be walking the woods, but I have not done much to study it myself, good chap. I as soon as I see it, or my companions, we tend to go about our business and let it do its own business. I find we try not to draw attention to ourselves. That's our motto. But that creature seems to be walking through the woods. It seems to be around some structure here in the woods. It's about a 15-minute walk through the woods. It is a structure. It seems to hide around that structure. This cave, 15 minutes away from the woods. I would
A
be
dapper
quite-
accent for a squirrel. I appreciate your information.
Accent. This is how I speak, good chap. This is how we all speak on the island. The DM said before realizing he's going to have to do that now.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. What does it look like? What does it look like to us two?
Wait, say that again.
The
What
non-squirrel
does?
speakers. How does this
Yeah.
look?
Well, I mean, if we just describe the facts of the matter, it's what, a 7-foot robot talking to a squirrel and nodding? It's gonna look a little strange. Not that I can talk. I mean, as the resident bee man, I think I turned to Warrior 1 and just kind of shrug. Somehow
This
I missed
squirrel
out on
has
something.
indicated that there is a dangerous creature to this direction, around a cave.
Yes. Maybe we should have just talked to the squirrels first.
Squirrels can be very informative. Thank you very much, squirrel.
What are your companions? We're happy to help, good chap. I do hope you all remain safe. The woods are not to be traveled lightly. We do so because we're used to it. So I do hope that you all remain safe.
I do a handstand push-up.
Oh, good heavens! What is she doing?
We're just
Here is a
flexing on the
button.
squirrel.
Enjoy.
The squirrel kind of like backs up a little bit, meets up with its companions, and you hear the squirrel muttering to its companion, just unusual creatures, unusual creatures. And they go back into the woods.
Using the information we've gotten from our very posh squirrel, can I plug that information to my natural explorer feat as a ranger? My background is the forest, so maybe I don't know if that clues me into maybe a path or something to this scary hole in the wall situation.
Absolutely. I mean, there's no roll that needs to be made, right? It's just
Got it.
your. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, with the information from the squirrel, you take a look around the forest, and you can see that there's kind of like a downward slope to one in one direction, and you remember the squirrel mentioning something about a cave, and if you're interested in looking for this cave, you discern that probably going downhill is probably the way to go, because downhill in an environment like this where it's just really thick with vegetation and rocky in some points, going downhill, you're going to find a ravine probably, and probably more opportunities for caves to be present down in that direction if you start heading downhill.
Lead the way.
Yeah, I say we go that way.
Cool. Give me a so you continue along through the woods for I don't know about 10 minutes or so. Everyone give me a perception check as you continue along in the woods.
Sweet.
Birdie rolled a 23.
Nice.
That's a 19 for Warrior 1.
Awesome.
And that's a 15.
Awesome. Okay. You continue along the way, and you go for about 10 minutes. With the perception check, you see, before falling into it, you see that you find the ravine that you were expecting to find. Down at the bottom of the ravine, you can see that there is an opening kind of in the side of the kind of like the ravine wall, where you discern is probably this cave that the squirrel was talking about. You don't see an easy way down the ravine though, so you're gonna have to figure that out in order to get down there. But you've at least found probably what you're looking for, and didn't end up killing yourselves in the process, so that's good.
That's a win every day, I think.
Yeah.
The power of squirrels.
While we're sort of plotting how to get down the ravine. If there's time, I was hoping to use a ranger spell slot to cast or use primeval awareness. It lets me sense if there's any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fey, fiends, or undead within a mile of me.
Wow. Let me take.
And I can post that in the chat as well.
Yes, that would be great. I just want to make sure I heard correctly before.
Okay, I think it's over there.
Perfect. Okay. Okay. So with that, you spend a spell slot. Well, describe to me what it is that you do. How do you use this feature? What are you doing in order to use it?
Yeah, I imagine that John would sort of take a knee with his big like bee box wicker basket and draw maybe like a runic circle in the dirt beneath him, and like maybe encourage some bees down his sleeve to fill that circle to sort of cast this feature or spell.
Awesome. Okay, so you see the bees kind of go down your arm. They fill this rune. And you can see that they form a circle on the rune. And you can see that over time, eventually, the bees begin to kind of pulsate, almost in time with what would be similar to a heartbeat, signifying that there is some sort of presence, fitting one of those categories is within a mile of you. You can't quite discern how close or how far, but you know that there is something fitting that category within a mile of you. And these eventually, yeah. Go ahead.
No good, folks. I've got a hit on my BDAR here. This is the bad kind of bee dance, so be on your guard. And I think with that, I might have like a hand on my dagger or something like that as we move through this.
Okay. You have that knowledge. You see the cave down below you. What are we doing with the cave? Are we gonna try to get down there, or what?
I have rope.
So-
We could like rappel down.
Yeah. What's the approximate like distance from where we are to where the cave is?
It is so it's like 30 feet down the ravine. But again, it's kind of treacherous. It's very steep. Not a lot to hold on to. So it's like 30 feet, but that. As far as the cave, so it's like 30 feet down, and then maybe like 50 feet away from this side of the ravine. So yeah, not super far away. You can see it, but it's just the way that you get there is a little cumbersome.
Wait,
Are
is
there
it
any,
is
like-
it across the
Oh, go ahead.
ravine, or it's just like by the ravine?
I'm sorry, it's down in the ravine, at the bottom of the ravine.
Okay, got it.
Are there any sort of like strong trees by the not cliffside, but the ravine side that we could like maybe tie a rope to?
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that. Yeah, see a couple of them.
All right, I'll use mine and maybe what I learned in Rager Scouts, tie a very compelling knot for the party, and then I'll start rappelling down if that works.
All right, I'd like for you to give me an athletics check. I'd like for you to
Here we
do
go.
that with advantage because you went through the process of tying this rope. So
Oh, I rolled a disadvantage.
Oh,
That's
I was
the
gonna say-
exact opposite.
that 3 was not going to do it.
Oh,
Oh,
I rolled a 2.
Ah!
oh no. Okay. Okay. So with that,
Too much honey on the fingers. I'm sorry.
John, yeah, why don't you tell me what it is that you do as you're trying? What are you doing as you clumsily try to make it down this before?
I think John ties a perfect knot. Like conventionally, you'll see that in the textbook. There's nothing wrong with the knot. However, when it comes to grip, we have established canonically that his pockets are full of just like a vat of honey, a la Pooh Bear. So I think gripping the rope then becomes sort of an issue, right? So I think going for the rope with leather gloves covered in honey, it's just a complete whiff, a miss, and then a slip down.
Yeah. Okay. So John, you grab the rope. You're like confident when you grab the rope because it is the perfect knot. You grab the rope with both hands. You start rappelling and just you just slip down the whole way. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage when you
Jesus.
finally hit the bottom of the ravine. What's everyone do as they see this?
I think I also like land in like a cloud of bees, kind of like a like a smoke trail up.
You have sustained injuries. I am on my way. Activate giant badger mode.
I turn into a giant badger and I start like digging through the ground rather than like trying to like climb down the ravine and digging
Beautiful.
like down towards the bottom.
This
Okay,
is
yeah,
worse.
yeah.
This is much scarier,
Yeah.
much worse.
So I'm going to like front handspring off the side of the ravine and do my slow fall. So basically what that does is I can reduce whatever damage I take. So we'll see we'll see what damage I take.
Okay.
Oh, so nobody needed the rope, is what I'm learning. I didn't know we
You
had
were
badger
providing a
robot.
service for your friends.
Dinner and a show, I think.
Okay. Okay. So, QWERTY, you're able to make your way down using Badger mode, and and then Warrior 1, you would normally take 12 points of damage.
So yeah, I can reduce it by 20, so I take no damage.
perfect.
I'm just gonna Mary Poppins float down.
I love it. I love it. You gracefully glide down the side as this big ass badger is digging through the side of the ravine. And by the time you reach the bottom, your badger friend QWERTY bursts from the side of the ravine. And John is still lying on the ground, his bees kind of swirling around them. As eventually you all come back together. What do you do?
Deactivating badger mode. Casting Cure Wounds. And heal for
8.
I'm never going first again.
Here, have a good berry. Here, have a good berry. Here, have a good.
As he feeds you 5 good berries.
Oh, great. Is that a total of 13?
It was the 8 plus 5, so yes.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Broken in body and spirit, but full of berry. I love it.
Please practice more caution in the future.
Elisand, she's still with you. She just kind of she follows the pathway that was made by QWERTY in the side of the ravine. She emerges from the hole that was made, and she's a little dirtier than when she was prior to doing that, but she emerges unscathed, and she sees the cave in front of you, and she waits for your all next move.
Cool. Shall we look in the cave?
I agree with this strategy.
Yeah, I'll go last.
Well, should we keep our torches unlit first, or what's the vibe?
I believe fire was meant to be defensive against this creature.
Yeah, I think if my torch is somehow still lit from all of that, I would like to keep it on me.
It is. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's see. Who all has?
I do.
Perfect. Cool. Okay. And as this is happening, you all are kind of like getting ready, getting pumped up to go into this cave. Elisand is just her eyes are kind of like wide as the realization hits her. She says, mustn't we go in cave? Creature of the woods lair. Perchance. Mm,
Do you want to keep watch outside?
yes. Yeah. Yes. Outs. Keep outs. Watch. Yes. And she kind of moves off to the side. She hides in a bush for the time being while you all do whatever it is that you plan to do.
Let's see.
Sorry, I'm just looking through my character
yeah.
stuff to see if there's
You're
anything.
good.
Yeah. Well, probably no harm in just sort of peeking my head in the cave. Doing a quick look through the entrance.
So, okay, you look through the entrance, Warrior One, and you can see very little, actually. You have your torch. You peek inside a little bit, and you can see that there is about a 5-foot wide kind of passageway that leads down further into the cave. But you can't quite see how far it goes or where it leads to. You just see that it's a passageway, not very wide at all.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the one of the rations that I have from my pack and give it to Allison, and tell her that if we don't come out in a few hours, just to take this and head back to the village.
Thinking, I hope you make out alive. You my future outside village.
Yes.
I love how we just gave her like a Lunchable just in case we die.
Yes.
It's just and you pat her on the head. Yeah.
I show her the way to sort of put the straw in the Capri Sun.
She is her eyes go wide again, this time in awe at the fact that this little pouch contains a liquid that you can drink, and you don't have to just cup your hands together. You don't have to wait for the water to boil. This is unbelievable. This is great. She's having a good old time right now.
All right. So now that our affairs are sorted, do we want to go in the cave?
Yep, time to go die in a dark hole. Great.
Okay, so you make your way into the cave, and you find that this 5-foot wide passageway goes into further into the cave, about 60 feet. The floor is actually, well, not actually. I mean, it's dry. I mean, despite the fact that you have been going downhill a lot of the way in this cave opening, it's positioned in such a way that it's actually a very dry cave. Make your way in, and eventually, you find your way into a room that is roughly 30 feet by 40 feet. And in the center of this large room, you can see there is a roughly rectangular block of stone. Let me turn on your torches, sorry.
Yay.
You see this rectangular block of stone. You can see that there are blotches of rust-colored stains that are dripping from its center. Several darkened candles are melted to the stone, and a collection of ritual objects are on the center of the block. You can see that the walls are painted in crude artwork depicting a 5-headed sea serpent rising from the waves, feasting upon stick figures on the shore. Another stick figure standing on the water is pouring a sack of what could be coins into the waves. Something about the place raises the hairs on the back of your neck. There is a wrongness here. I'd like for all of you to please give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. That's a 9 for Warrior 1.
It's a 20 for John. Non-natural.
Rolled a 9.
9.
Ooh.
Okay. Birdie and Warrior 1, you make your way into this room, and this sense of terror overtakes you. You all, the two of you now have the frightened condition. You do not want to go further into the cave. You are stuck at the entrance. You will not go any further. John, you are still. You see your companions just kind of like are immediately overtaken by this terror. You sense the kind of unusual aura emanating in this room, but it doesn't take you quite as severely as your companions. You see them terrified. What is it that you do in response to this?
I think concerned that maybe there's another entity in the room with us that we can't sense. I'd like to cast Fairy Fire on the altar or a rectangle in the middle of the room.
Okay. Cool. So you wait. Remind me what Fairy Fire does. Let's see. Here it is. Light. Cool. So you cast this this light, and the altar itself is illuminated. Additionally, a little bit more. You don't see anything that's revealed, but the effects of your fairy fire will remain in effect for the time being. But you don't glean anything more from this.
I think reassured by the non-detection of anything, I'd like to approach the altar and investigate what's on top of it.
Okay, yeah, give me an investigation check as you approach.
That's a healthy 12.
12, love it. Okay. You can see, let's see. So the altar itself has several gold bars on top of it. It's obvious. And you can also see that there is this ritual knife that is on the altar. It doesn't look like anything has been touched in many years, and in fact, it doesn't look like anyone's been in this cave for many years. You see those two things on the altar. You also see a couple of scrolls on the altar as well. They're a little hard to make out though with that investigation check. You can't tell if they're important or anything, but they're hard to make out, and it's but that's what you see.
Yeah, I'd like to try to grab hold of some of these scrolls and maybe read one.
Okay. So you unfurl it. Let's see. Let me make sure.
And all the while, I'm giving thumbs up to my cowering teammates in the back.
Zoinks!
You are doing a great job.
Okay. Okay. You unfurl one of the scrolls, and you can see that it is, thankfully, not written in a language that you do not understand. You see, it appears to be a contract between one party named Servants of the Queen and another party known as the Folk FOLK. You read it a little more closely, and you can see that it is a deal that was struck maybe 60 years ago, in which the Islanders traded their souls and a fortune in gold and gems in exchange for personal power and casting away the outsides unless the deal is broken.
Can I see anything about like how the deal would be broken?
You do not. It does not say.
Can I? You said there was a mural on the wall with stick figures?
Yes.
Having read the scroll, can I like understand what's like being depicted with these pictures a little bit more? Like,
give me a religion check. Yeah, just a straight religion check.
oh wow, nice healthy 10.
Okay, yeah, no, you can see that it's some sort of serpent on the wall. You can see that humanoids, these stick figures are there. Some of them are being eaten. Some of them appear to be providing some sort of offering to this serpent, but that's as best you can discern.
Yeah, so I've investigated the altar, I've checked out the wall. I don't know where the source of this like bad juju aura is coming from. I guess I'll slip the scroll into my pack. You said there was also like a dagger on the altar as well. Could I take that?
Yes, yeah, you take the dagger.
Why be shy? I'll scoop everything I can off the altar into my B-box.
Okay, as you do so, candles which line the sides of of this room all begin to light up, seemingly out of nowhere.
Oh boy.
Kind of hold your breath for just a second, expecting the impending creature or attack to be upon you, but nothing comes.
I
think
use Druidcraft and snuffle out all of these candles.
Guys, I hope I didn't just break a deal I didn't make. And then I like rejoin the party and share all this information with them.
Okay, great.
Do the candles stay snuffed out?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yes, yeah, sorry. Yeah, wait, do you snuff out all of them?
Yeah, I just Druidcraft, instantly snuff out candles over and over
got
and
it,
over
perfect,
again.
Yeah, amazing. They all go out and they stay out. Yeah, so.
Too bad the clown's not here. You would have loved this knife. Does anything else in this room pop out to me, or is that like the highlight of it?
Check.
Okay. Wow, that's a humble 9.
Ooh, y'all. Okay. You see that there is, with a 9, you see that there's a pile of books in the southeastern corner of this room. You go up and you walk up. You go up to them. You can see that they are kind of, rotted with moisture, and a lot of them are useless. You see that there's a tome that appears to be particularly old, and it looks to be written on some sort of leather. There's a language on it. You can't quite make out what it is, and the writing is faded very, very badly. There's not enough information right now for you to decipher what it is or what it says. But you think maybe in time, if you spend a lot of time kind of really putting your attention toward it, maybe you might be able to decipher something.
Into the B-box it goes. And then I give the sort of like, I think, all clear symbol to the rest of the party, even though I know they're like cowering in fear or something like that. I try to reassure them in some way.
My legs will not move.
without trying to show that I am quivering, like I'll just, how about we read that book outside where it's a bit brighter? It seems like the candles have gone out, so not quite the greatest environment to read.
I can relight them if needed.
No, I like them out. I like them out. I think let's leave the creepy candles out and let's go see how our little friend is doing with that Capri Sun or whatever we gave them.
Are there more directions to go in here, or is it just this one room?
Oh, that's a good question.
So John, you make your way back in. You take a look.
Sorry, I left my wallet. Hold on.
Yeah, you see no other ways to go in this room. It looks like the entrance just leads to this one chamber in the cave.
All right, I've got my keys, guys, and wallet. Let's go.
So you exit the cave. As you make your way out, you have a number of questions still unanswered, and you have little time to ponder them. Not enough though, because as you make your way outside the cave, you see that Elisand is still marveling at this Capri Sun, which is ultimately dropped as her eyes go wide once again, and she sees, or she points to a creature that appears on in the center of the ravine. This creature right there. Let me show you. So this creature appears in the center of the ravine, and we're going to have everyone roll initiative now. We're going to enter combat.
No thanks. No problem.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh my god. That is a 6 for Warrior 1.
No! Okay, for Warrior 1. Let's see.
That's a 15 for John.
Okay. Oh,
A
y'all.
wonderful 4.
I've got faith in you, y'all. You're doing great. You're going to crush it. You're totally going
This
to come out of
is
this combat
tragic
alive.
rolling.
Okay, John, you are not taken by complete surprise because of Elisand's warning you all, but she lets out a scream, and she dives into the bushes once again. What do you do? You're first up. What do you do?
Yeah, while being ranged, I don't want to draw whatever this thing is closer to her, so I'm going to move further south and then try to shoot it with my crossbow.
Amazing.
2, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to try to hit it. Let's see. And then B pranks if I do hit. Non-natural 20.
Nice, that is a hit.
So that is 15 piercing damage.
Wow.
Nice.
And then
Wow.
1d6 of B damage as
Awesome.
true to form, the bolt is covered in honey and bees for an extra 5 piercing damage.
Amazing job. Okay, so you cast off this bolt. It goes directly into this creature's chest. You can see there's bees flying around it now, stinging it as they go. It lets out this ear-piercing cry of pain as it does so. It takes the bolt, rips it out of its chest, and throws it to the ground, bellows another roar at you. But it's not going to be able to do anything yet. Do you have anything else you want to do, John?
I think that's it.
All right, Warrior 1, what do you do?
Oh, sweet. 6. Excellent. I will run to the creature.
Oof.
Well, actually, that might not be the smartest thing to do. No, I'll do it. Why not? Tank as a monk. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. It goes right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna hit it with my quarterstaff.
Some?
That's a 22.
That is a hit.
All right, sweet. For 5 bludgeoning damage.
Awesome.
And as I hit it with the quarterstaff, I'm gonna kick it in the shins. For oh my lord, I crit failed to hit that.
Hear it.
I don't love to hear it. Okay, so I'm going to spend a key point to take my what is it called? My patient defense action. And so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand in my tree pose, and I take dodge as a bonus action basically.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. All right, anything else?
That's all I can do.
All right, next up is this creature. He is going to he like rears up, and these unnatural the appendages bent in these unnatural positions kind of extend all the way out to make itself look as big as it possibly can. And I need for you, Warrior 1, to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. That's a 10.
A 10. You exited the cave, feeling terrified, made it outside, had a brief moment of bravery as you ran forward and did a bunch of damage to this creature. And as it rears up and extends its appendages, you are terrified once again. You are frightened once more. You need to take the dash action and move away on your turns.
Can do.
Okay, and after that, let's see. Would that mean that you still have your patient defense up?
I think so.
Okay, okay. Well, in that case, let's do this. I need you to give me a... no. You're just going to take a swing at you.
Okay.
For a 13.
That's not gonna hit my beautifully strong body.
I love that. Okay, that's going to be its turn. QWERTY, you're up. What do you do?
It's not holding any weapons, right? It's just like using claws or something.
Not. Correct, yes.
Okay.
I am coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is not far enough.
Does QWERTY canonically count with each step?
Yes.
I love it.
Oh my god, does QWERTY like see the actual grid that we're on?
Oh, yes.
Oh no.
He may or may not.
Engaging.
As I use my spirit totem to place a 60-foot radius here, that gives everybody 9 temporary hit points.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, that's like basically the map. Nice.
I then cast Produce Flame. 8 for 23. Damage is 3.
How much is damage, sorry?
3.
Cool. Okay, anything else?
That is my turn.
All right, John, back to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another shot with the crossbow.
Awesome.
Ooh, it's a bit lower. Does a 13 hit?
13 is a miss, unfortunately.
That's fine. That's great. John mutters under his breath. That's my turn.
Awesome. Okay, next up we have Warrior 1. You're terrified.
Okay.
You're frightened, unfortunately.
So I have to take dash. I can't disengage.
I think that's right, yes.
Okay. Cool. So I will dash.
Awesome.
Hit me with your best shot, dude.
How about a 16?
That matches my AC. So yes,
Awesome.
you got me.
You take 10 points of slashing damage as this claw rips against your back as you turn and try to run away.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, we're good.
Amazing. Okay, so next up is this creature. It is going to move towards Querity, which is now the closest one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Oh no.
Gonna take 2 swings against you, Querity. First attack with its claw for a 25, which I'm assuming is a hit. I'm hoping so, my goodness.
It does not. Just kidding.
You take 10 points of slashing damage from that first attack. Second attack comes with a 24, which is a hit. Take 9 more points of slashing damage. That's going to be its turn. Next up is Querity. What do you do in response?
I cry. How much damage was the second option? The second swing?
9 points.
Okay. Oh.
It's my turn. Didn't realize. Ouch. Let's see. Let's do. That's a bonus action. So for an action, I can. Oh wait, is that an action? That is an action, so I can only do that.
Engaging horse mode.
And I turn into a horse.
I love it.
Whoa.
And then I swing with my horse hooves for dirty 20.
Oh,
And
that is
the
a
damage.
hit.
Perfect. Damage is 8.
Awesome. Okay, here, I'm going to move Querity over here. Do you have control of the horse now, Chroma?
Querity does control the horse. Nay.
Amazing. Perfect. Okay.
Nay,
So
nay.
we'll keep Querity there just for so you can see. So the token can see, but you can move the horse if you need to. So you said it was 8 points?
Yes. And just to clarify, I'm actually a war horse, so I'm just gonna change my hit points to 19.
Perfect. Yeah, sounds good.
It's a horse.
Okay.
And I end my turn.
actually.
Yeah. Okay, back to you, John. You see your friend turn into this majestic war horse and just hoof the crap out of this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna try to land. Third time's the charm, right? I'm gonna line up the shot. Does the 17 hit?
That is a hit. Nice.
All right, I'm gonna roll bolt damage and then B damage. So that's 14 on the bolts,
Awesome.
and then a D6 of B. Oh, 6 extra 6
Nice.
for the.
Awesome. Yeah, this thing strikes true directly in the back, right in between the shoulder blades of this creature as it is being attacked by Querity. Anything else, John?
You know what? That's it.
All right, Warrior One,
Hey.
what do you do?
Okay, so I'm still a little scared.
Yeah.
So with like my shaking hands, I'm gonna take out one of my darts,
Cool.
and unfortunately, since that creature is 25 feet away and I'm frightened, I'm going to have to roll with double disadvantage, but we're going to pray.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
When does he get to make the saving throw again? At the end of his turn?
I think. Yeah. Let's see. While frightened, if a creature ends its turn. Oh wait. Yeah. If you end your turn in a location where it does not have line of sight to you, you can make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Okay, so the lowest I rolled was a 12.
12 is a miss, unfortunately. Not bad for disadvantage. Nice.
Yeah, double disadvantage. All right, and I'm going to, I guess, run into the cave.
Okay, you run into the cave. Give me. No, you're already frightened. No, you're terrified wherever you go. It's great. It's great. At least you're out of sight of this creature, so that's good. Okay,
There's
that's
nowhere
the
to
end of your turn.
run.
This one is so this creature is going to take a swing now at the war horse. First attack against you, QWERTY, for a 12. That's probably a miss.
Actually, it hits. It's only 11 AC.
Oh, that is a bummer. Oh, that's right, the horse. Okay, 7 points of slashing damage from this claw as it digs into the side of the horse, pulling out flesh and hair from the side. Second attack from its claw for an 11, which I think you did say 11, right? So that's a hit.
Yes.
8 more points of slashing damage against you, QWERTY. That is going to be the end of its turn. But how do you respond? It's back to you.
Nay, I attack with whose? Or
Hey.
a total of 8.
8 is a miss, unfortunately. You rear up and you start kicking wildly, but this thing dodges out of the way unnaturally fast, and you slam down against the ground with the hooves where nothing was there. Or where it was.
I end my turn.
Oh, bummer. Okay, John, back to you.
All right, Old Faithful. Oh, a 9 to hit with the crossbolt.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
I just say, "Oh shoot!" loudly across the forest foliage, and then end my turn.
Okay. All right, Warrior One. You are so technically it's at the end of your turn. You are now out of sight. So what do you want to do for your turn? And then at the end of your turn, you can make a check to see if you break out of this frightened condition.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recenter. So I'm going to unroll my mat and sort of sit in a lotus pose and just take a few deep breaths. And then I would love to try and regain my composure.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Go ahead and give me that wisdom saving throw, please.
All right, that's a 21.
21 is yes. You successfully center yourself. The breathing exercise helped. Your heart rate goes down, and it's the anxiety that you felt before is replaced with this determination to obliterate this creature that made you look that really embarrassed you, frankly. All right, that's the end of your turn, I'm assuming, right, Warrior One?
Yeah, that's all
Perfect.
I can do.
Okay, next up is this creature going to take another swing at you, QWERTY. Man, one of these days, one of us is going to fall. How about a 17 to hit? That is,
Yeah.
12 points of slashing damage.
Jesus. Okay, so 4 was left on there, and then I take 8 more carrying over to QWERTY.
Okay, so QWERTY's back.
Oh, wait, why was
Bye,
I at
horse.
17? Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Do you need it back?
No. I was here. I was trying to remember where I
Oh, got
lost
it,
health.
got it.
That got me. I was only at like 17. Did I lose 10 hit points before?
So
I think I did.
I think the first attack hit you, yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. We're good.
Cool. Okay, so that was the first attack. He's going to make one more attack against you, QWERTY, for an 8, which is probably a miss at that point.
Absolutely miss.
I love it. Okay, so he swings at the horse. He hits kind of the side of the neck of the horse, and QWERTY, you revert back to your original form, which takes this creature by surprise as it tries to swing at you again. It's kind of taken off balance, and it misses. So that is going to be its turn. QWERTY, your turn to respond. What do you do?
Well, first I'm going to correct something. I didn't actually level up QWERTY in Foundries, but I did in
Oh,
D&D Beyond.
no.
So I had 35 hit points instead of 27. So I'm gaining 8. Is that math?
Wow.
35 to 27, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so I get 8 more hit points basically.
I can hear the level up sound from the cave.
So just keep track of your health. I'm not gonna level you up right now, just because I don't want to mess up your math. But just remember,
Yeah, I
and then
gotcha.
after combat, I'll add you up.
No
Okay.
worries.
Cool. All right. So anything? Yeah, you've not done anything yet, right, QWERTY?
That is correct. I now cast Healing Spirit on myself for a total of 6 points.
So why don't you narrate to me what it is that you do?
A unicorn suddenly assumes over my head and starts dancing around my head beautifully.
Oh, adorable.
And then I
Oh,
gain
friendly.
6 hit points. Going to
inspiring,
23
so
hit
beautiful.
points. I I then grab my shoulder and say, heal wounds, and cast cure wounds on myself. And that is for... Nope, not that one. This one. For 7 more hit points.
Nice.
I then end my turn.
Wow.
Okay. Nice job. All right, John. Back to you.
I love how all of that was in character and the character
Yeah.
voice. That was great.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, John's gonna center himself, line up his like snap sticky, honey rotted crossbow, and try to line up the shot without hitting QWERTY.
Oh, faithful. I love
Oh my god, I crit failed.
it.
Yikes. Yikes. Yikes.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, no, that's just the crit fail. That'll be it.
Bummer. I'm so sorry. Okay. Warrior 1, you're serene again. You're ready to go.
Sweet.
What do you do?
All right, I have the fire burning in me and on my torch. So I'm going to run straight out of the cave towards the source of my fear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I'm going to hit it with my quarterstaff again. Really angry this time, which is not a normal feeling that I have. 9 to hit.
9 is a miss, unfortunately.
Okay. Wow. Feeling even more frustration building within myself. I'm going to spend a key point to take the flurry of blows actions. So I'm going to do a punch for 17.
That is a hit.
Oh my goodness. Thank goodness. All right. And that's... Whoa! That's going to be 8 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And then I will do a kick for my second flurry of blows. Jesus. That's a 9.
9 is a miss.
Okay. Well, the punch helped me relieve some of my anger, but it's still in there.
Allison
I'm done.
yells from the bushes, remember your breathing exercises. Okay, next up is this creature. It's going to try to take one more attack against QWERTY before it turns its attention back to Warrior 1. I'm going to try something, because I don't remember... I can't quite tell what QWERTY's made of, but QWERTY,
Wood.
I'd like for you to give me... Oh, is it wood? Shoot. Are you made of wood?
So
Or are you
technically, I'm a warforged, so I think I'm technically made of metal, but for character purposes, he's made of
For
wood,
character
so
purpose.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, for character purposes, you're made of wood. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, well, in that case, okay, so this creature tried to use it, didn't know that you weren't made of metal, so unfortunately, nothing happens for him. That is going to be his one... Yeah, his only... That's... Oh, shoot, that's... Yep, that's the only thing he can do this turn. Cool. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. Okay. He does get one more claw attack. He's gonna... Okay, he tried that against QWERTY. He's done. He's gonna attack Warrior 1 now. For a 25 to hit.
Yeah, actually, that's above my max armor class, so that doesn't hit. Sorry, it's a boundary you have to hit within.
You're right. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that rule. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
But
respect
if
the
it
range.
did, exactly. If it did hit, though, you would take 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
It is not looking great, team, for it. It's definitely bloodied, but it's still determined to end your all lives. QWERTY, you're up.
Now transferring.
As I send the unicorn over to Warrior 1, and you gain, let's see how much health. 4 healing.
Nice.
Engaging partial transformation. Activate primal sap.
And he turns his hands into horse hooves and starts swinging at the guy in front of him.
Love it.
It's for a 9 though, so don't think it hits.
9 is a miss, unfortunately. They're just a little unwieldy as right after you turn your hands into hooves.
And I end my
All right.
turn.
Okay, John, back to you.
I can't wait to roll my own 9 as I load up the crossbow and take aim.
You got this. Come on.
Oh, dirty 20.
Nice. That's a hit. Okay.
All right, that is... what is that? That's 5 total damage, including the swarm damage.
Awesome. Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Warrior 1, back to you. Everyone's
Okay.
just pummeling this creature now.
Yeah.
As
I'm
your turn
going-
begins, you gain something. 6 hit points.
Oh wow. Okay. Warrior 1 is fresh, fully healed. Okay.
Nice.
Thank you. All right. With that, I'm going to like basically sort of do a stabbing motion with my quarterstaff, like right into the neck of that creature.
Okay.
And that's a 23.
And that's a hit.
All right, we're going to do 6 bludgeoning damage with that. And yeah, I'm going to keep spending my key points. Gonna do flurry of blows again. Gonna punch for 17.
That's a hit.
Okay. I'm gonna, all right, an uppercut on the chin of that thing for 8 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And then, so I use my open hand technique. So basically what it's going to do, I'm gonna like uppercut it till that thing like falls backwards prone, unless it saves a dex saving throw.
Okay.
A
Dex
DC
saving.
12.
All right. How about a 21? Sorry, 22.
Never mind. It stays on its feet. But I will kick it for my second flurry of blows.
Amazing.
For a 10.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
Ah! And Warrior 1 stubs her toe.
Okay, so Warrior 1, you jab your quarterstaff into its neck. You hear this crack, and you can see that in addition to the limbs kind of bending in these unnatural ways, you now see that its neck is totally broken at this point, but it's still up. It's still coming for you. You attack it again with your fists and your foot. It's still up, but it is hanging on by a thread at this point. Nice job. But it is its turn now. It is going to attack you with its 2 claws. First attack for a 25 to hit. You take 9 points of slashing damage, and it rears back again in a last-ditch effort to kill one of you. It swings with a 14 to hit.
No.
And it misses, and that is going to be the end of its turn. QWERTY, you're up.
Nay.
And I just keep swinging with my hooves. For a 9 again.
No! Sadly.
And I will use my bonus action to move the unicorn off of Warrior and then move it back to Warrior, giving them another heal.
Awesome.
They gain 1 hit point.
Nice.
And that ends my turn.
All right, John, back to you. Are you going to roll a 9 or are you going to end it?
Yeah, I'm looking for my own 9 again.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Go. Does a 15 hit?
15 is just a miss.
Oh. Gee whiz, guys. That's my turn.
Okay, Warrior 1, back
As
to
your
you.
turn begins, you gain 1 hit point.
All right, I'm just catching the good berries that unicorn is dropping.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. Old Faithful. Let's just hit it with my quarter staff.
Amazing.
21 to hit.
21's a hit.
Nice.
Alright. And then that is 6 bludgeoning damage.
How do you kill this thing?
Alright, so I assume it was like literally hanging on by a thread, and the thread like connecting its head via its neck. So I'm just gonna sort of like anime slow motion sort of see the like weak point on its neck and just like kind of home run swing with my quarterstaff, knock its head straight off.
It goes flying, cleanly, and it falls to the ground. The head falls to the ground at the same time the rest of the body thumps to the floor, and everything goes quiet aside from the rain and the sounds of the forest. You can hear Ellison's breathing pretty heavily, just a little totally terrified at what she just saw. She emerges from the bush and says, Isn't everything okay? Isn't everything safe now?
Warrior 1 gains an additional 4 hit points as the unicorn disappears. Great job, team. I am sorry you've had to witness such a bloody event, small child.
It appears the dangers have passed.
What the hell is this thing? Can I look at the body or whatever's left of it to figure
Yes.
out?
Give me an investigation check. Investigation or nature. Or yeah, investigation or nature.
I'm gonna roll nature.
Okay.
Shocker for a ranger. Oh, great, an 8.
Okay. With an 8, so you know that it is some sort of demon or devil type creature. You don't know what type it is. You can't pinpoint. Yeah, you can't pinpoint like what type it is, but just based on like your general knowledge about demons and fiends in general, you kind of infer that this falls into that camp. Yeah.
It's just as I thought, team. Nasty.
Nasty. Let's see. Maybe I'll flip it over. Let's give it another check.
You're flipping. You're getting its side.
Yeah. Maybe we'll uncover its secrets this way. Maybe.
Tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, maybe. I wonder, can I do like nature or arcana?
Sure.
Or okay. I don't know why I asked to do that. Oh, okay, that's a 19.
19. Okay. Yeah. You confirm John's suspicions.
It's
You-
nasty.
It is the nasty, y'all. You see that this is very much a demon. It's I don't know how to pronounce it, but you recognize it as a babao. It is from just kind of like stories you've heard or studies you've or things you've read in the past. It's your type of demon that is clashing endlessly for control of the lower planes. What it is, what it's doing here, you have no idea. You have no clue. Yeah, I mean, it's you've confirmed that it's some sort of demon from the lower planes. Yeah.
Interesting.
It
Allison,
would seem the villagers may have oh my gosh, where's it going with this? It seems the villagers may have agreed to an infernal contract with a devil of some sort.
Ooh. Allison, have you seen a creature like this before?
Nothing like this.
Hmm.
Just heard stories about ghosts and mayhaps more in woods than I heard about.
It wouldn't hurt to continue through the forest and purge any additional threats.
I'm really starting to hate Vacation Island.
I need a vacation from this vacation. All right, let's go.
I'd recommend a long rest to recover our spell slots and special actions.
Yeah. I
You
guess.
want to camp out here?
Wasn't this
Wish to
island
return
going
to the safety
be...
of the village.
Yeah, I think John might be having a brain blast. Wasn't this island supposed to be under attack soon? Should we be in the woods? Isn't the Audacity, right, is the name of the ship? Aren't they coming back to hit us on the head? Right?
Yeah, where are we on the timeline?
Yeah, does somebody wear like a Flava Flav like lock around their neck with imminent destruction written on it?
I was not equipped with the built-in clock.
That is very surprising. Okay, but
Just the model.
despite the QWERTY not having a clock, you know that it's been about half a day, so you've got a day and a half before the purported attack occurs.
Hmm.
Look, nobody loves long rests more than me, but I don't know if, like, do we need to evacuate the island or something?
Yeah, it seems like there are fewer people here. It might be quite doable.
Yeah, all three people on the island.
A short rest will suffice as well.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's build a fire and rest our legs.
While we short rest, could I run that feature again to see if there's any more like undead or baddies in the area?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I think I'm burning my last slot, but yeah, there it is. So any one of those categories: Fae, fiends, undead.
You do not feel anything at the moment.
Then with that, John takes off his shoes. It's all good, people.
What is it like to wear shoes?
It's overrated.
Duly noted.
Yeah.
What kind of wood are you made out of, QWERTY? Is it balsa?
Mahogany.
Won't float. That's good to know.
I do not breathe, so sinking is no worry.
I even asked.
So an hour goes by. You get a little bit of a rest. Not as you're not as well rested as you would have liked, but you have a little time to chit chat, get to know each other a little bit more, and rest up. So go ahead and feel free to take your short rests. And at the end of that hour, you are up and you're ready to move on with your next item. What would you like to do?
Let's defeat another demon.
Do you
Yeah.
know if there are more demons in the woods?
Sorry, say that again.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. Since we spent like an hour I guess, camped out right next to the body of this demon. Do we like hear like demonic chattering in the woods, or do we know of the location of any more of these nasty things?
Well, I mean, just based on the primeval awareness, you don't feel anything more.
Yeah, I would like to sort of look around to see if there's like any sign of a trail that the creature made, like to ambush us. Maybe we could like backtrack like its source.
Give me a nature check, or nature or investigation, one of the two.
It makes no difference. I'm gonna investigate though. I don't think I'm
Okay.
that woodsy. That's a 6.
6? Yeah, you can't make out anything
Okay.
to discern where it came from.
Can I try to assist, or is that like the sum total of our efforts?
I'll give you one more chance. Yeah, go for it.
That's a 17.
17. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you see that so you can see that this thing has like massive, weird feet. They're very like long, but thin. And you can see there are very distinctive tracks that it makes, and you can see the tracks come down or headed back towards the edge of the ravine. You can see there are marks inside of the ravine where it climbed down. You can see it went back up, kind of the same pathway that you took in order to make it to the ravine.
May I defer to the
sorry.
squirrels for more information?
Okay, sure. Yeah. You see that there's a squirrel kind of like... There was a squirrel in a nearby tree watching the fight, and you see it's got like a little acorn with its top pulled off, and it's just been like eating pieces of the acorn a la popcorn, watching as you all gave it the show. What do? You notice the squirrel in the tree.
Hello, squirrel friend. I hope you enjoyed the battle. We are looking for any additional threats in the area. Would you be able to help us?
Dear chap, yes. I that was the main abomination here in the forest that we're quite aware of. 3 cheers for the individuals who have saved the woods. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Like little,
Squeak,
you can
squeak,
hear like
squeak,
little
squeak.
squirrels and yeah. Yeah, you just hear like the rest of you just hear like chittering in the woods.
Yeah, I like turn to John and like, did he just like cuss them out or something?
Get your quarterstaff ready.
The squirrel says, my dear chap, no, I think that's the only individual, the only unnatural individual not native to the woods. Like I said, it's relatively new to the woods, but that's the only one that we've come across. So that's quite an accomplishment that you've reached.
There were no other signs of ghosts around.
Ghosts? I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure I understand your meaning. Like the wind, like.
No matter. You are a squirrel. I do not expect you to understand everything.
Okay, well, doubting my intelligence. All right, that's interesting. We've only just met.
You do have an intelligence of 2. Therefore, I do
Okay,
not expect
alright.
a whole lot.
Okay, he's sufficiently offended. He climbs down the tree. He says, "I don't have to deal with this," and he goes back to his squirrel friends, and they piss off into the woods.
The squirrel said that there are no other threats. Therefore, I assume we return to the village and seek out other ways of researching these attacks.
Should we bring this creature along with us?
I see no reason to bring the corpse. However, they may want to investigate the obviously cursed item that we took from the ritual stand.
Sounds good.
Oh, you mean this cool ass knife? And then I proceed to do a bunch of knife stunts with it.
Wow.
All right, let's go back to the village. Honestly, I don't think we can learn anything more from this body of this nasty. So let's get our Capri Sun.
agree.
Go.
Amazing. Okay, so you start making your way back to the village. Give me a nature check as you're making your way back, everyone.
I would love to.
Birdie would not. He does not know much about nature, oddly enough.
1.
Oh my god.
22.
Birdie,
Thank
rolled
you.
a
Thank
10.
you for a ranger.
Yeah. Okay. As you are making your way back to the village, you notice that the tracks of the creature that you just felled, these distinctive tracks, appear to have followed you from the point where you entered the outskirts of the forest. So you see that the tracks are prevalent throughout the ravine, throughout the area directly before you reach the ravine, and you see the tracks kind of stop at the tree line. So whatever this creature was or what it was doing, it was fairly close to the village.
I share that with the party.
Cool.
Ooh.
And as you kind of process that, you break the tree line. You make your way back into the village. We can see that people are beginning to gather around the fire, the fire pit, and you see people are beginning to whisper as they see you carrying this creature toward to the village. People are having conversations, undoubtedly talking about that. What do you do as you approach? Where do you go? What do you do with the body, etc.?
I think during the walk, carrying this horrific corpse, I think it would cross John's mind to see who doesn't react in complete fear, who would be like, "Oh damn, they got Joe, my evil minion," rather than "What the hell is that?" If that makes any sense, somebody's reaction doesn't match the rest.
Cool. Give me an insight check.
Can't wait to roll a 9. Oh, 22.
Nice.
Nice. The 22, you see that people are, while they're chatting with each other, no one reacts in fear to this creature. No one.
Oh dear. Was this a friend?
This wasn't your mayor, was it?
Not Fluffy.
Anybody elect this guy, or
Politicians, am I right?
You all seem
Wow.
unfazed by the presence of a demon. Would you happen to be involved in an infernal contract?
As soon as you ask that, you see Alberto walk up. He sees the body of this creature and he says, "Oh!" It's the most animated you've seen him since you've arrived at the village. And he has this look of just hatred in his eyes towards all of you. He doesn't, he doesn't do anything violent. It's just more of a disappointment and just shock at seeing this creature dead, and an element of familiarity in his face at seeing this creature.
Did you summon this creature from the other planes?
He takes a moment to pause to determine how much he thinks would be wise to share with outsides. But ultimately, he opens his mouth and he says, "We use for protection against things that don't belong here. We use to protect an island from outsides, and he looks towards other villagers. You see, he kind of reluctantly says it, but he says, from possible ghosts. It protects us, and we thrive with it. It protects us."
If you did not want us to defeat it, you should have mentioned it before.
You see, he doesn't really take that with the most grace, but he understands the point you're making.
What other threats worry you? Perhaps we may take care of those as well.
So as you say this, Alicent kind of pipes up, and she says, "Well, if ghosts do, undead do come for village, probably not lot of time to go away. Maybe we to try survive night by facing attack head on."
Ah, the child shows courage. Please take
And protect
inspiration
you.
from her.
You see, you see. Despite this, there's a lot of skepticism going around. You can see a couple of the villagers are heartened to hear that someone wants to actually do something about this potential threat that they, from these rumored creatures or undead or ghosts that could be coming their way. But the people who matter, or I guess not who matter, but the people who kind of hold the decision-making power in the village, people like Alberto and the crones, they are a little hesitant to do so because they're not entirely sure that it exists, and they're not entirely sure that they want to be preparing for something like this where it's not entirely sure.
I think at this point, I'll pull out the scroll, the contract, and maybe show it to Alberto and the crones and ask them if it looks familiar.
Give me an insight check.
Oh boy, here we go. This is where the real game is won. 12.
Okay, 12. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, I'll say with the 12, they it's pretty obvious that they know of this contract. They try to play it down. They try to make it seem like they don't know what it is, but it's clear to you that they're familiar with it.
Well, if you're willing to make a deal with the queen or whatever it says on this contract. Oh shoot, there's honey all over it. Sorry. Make a deal with us. Lend us your aid, and we can defend the island.
Okay, who are you directing that to?
Think while Alberto seems the most upset, I might direct it to the crones since they seem to be in charge.
All right. Give me a persuasion check then.
It's like charismatic ranger. Oh wow, 18.
18. Okay. So they, even with an 18, they're still a little skeptical. They say, we've seen little proof that these creatures will indeed hurten our village. We need not expend our efforts. So few of us are there, thinly spread. We focus our time on surviving, thriving. With the fire burning, we will be protected from any threats that come our way.
I think what you need to take your faith from the fire in the pit and instead focus on the fire within yourselves to protect you.
And what lovely fire it is, within you. Here.
Hip hip hooray!
Squeak, squeak. Okay. I'll allow one of you to do one more persuasion check. You see that when John had mentioned the fire within and how lovely it was, you see the three crones kind of perk up at that. At the compliment that was given their way.
Guys, fellas, who has the most riz here? Because it's not me.
Birdie has no riz. However, he will support you with the help action.
Warrior 1 also did not study Riz at the monastery.
To put it in mathematical terms, I'm operating at a negative in riz. So if anybody is a neutral in riz,
I do have
Nerd.
I do have a +1 in Riz.
You have the most riz.
All right.
Please riz with advantage.
All right. Yes. Let's focus on taking the wonderful fire energy from the fire that you have created and putting it within yourself. And let's. Oh, that is a nat 20.
It
yep,
is.
let's hear it.
Incredible. Okay, so with the compliment that you threw the way of the crones, they think about it a little bit more. They look at the villagers around them as well, and see a couple of them who are hopeful. They really do believe that this threat is real, and they really would love for someone in this position of power to hear them and to do something about it. And so the three of them lean in one more time, converse. You hear words here and there, like outsides. Clearly, they're talking about whether they can trust you, whether they should believe this rumor. But ultimately, they separate, and they say, "For good of village, we fightin' this rumor, whatever threat may come. We will fight for village and fortify." You see a couple of villagers kind of let out this sigh of relief as, now they know that something's going to be done to ensure that they're safe from whatever threat this might be.
A wise decision, indeed.
Does Alberto look swayed?
He doesn't look. He's not. Yeah, he's not going against them. he's not convinced. You can tell. He's he's still mulling it over. I think he's still trying to decide whether to believe you, whether to risk, the potential embarrassment if this turns out to be nothing. He's still trying to discern whether he believes that these rumors are even true.
A shame we don't have like
I'll be
100
wait.
fish to offer him or something.
While we wait for this incident to occur, perhaps Alberto can show me how he smokes fish.
He kind of perks up at that as well. Clearly, he likes the he's the only one in this village who like really goes through all this effort of butchering these meats and these fish and to cook them for the village, and to hear someone else show an interest in that. You see his face soften a little bit at that. He says, you want to learn smoke? Perhaps
Preparing hearty meals makes me a better care provider.
He's a little confused because he's a little he's trying to understand your dialect as well. But he says, "Me thinking you join Smokehouse, and I'll show you preparation of food for village." Perhaps tonight, if we not need fortification.
I would be honored.
And okay, so he like without another word starts heading back towards the smokehouse. And you can see a couple of the villagers are a little disappointed at this because, well, give me an insight check.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. Yeah, you see a couple of villagers are disappointed at this, including the crones. But you haven't figured out why yet.
Interesting.
I mean, as much as I love Alberto whipping up some like smoked fish, he is the only one good at knife. We could maybe use him to do knife stunts on the ghosts if we get attacked.
Yeah.
I will spend quality time with Alberto, getting to know him and gaining his trust.
Okay, you'll work Alberto. Food is closest to the heart. Is Warsh by the fire?
No, he's still out by the dock.
Because I'm very thankful for the help of the crones, but they are old. And the five guys with Warsh or whatever don't seem very good at their jobs, but they do move item around. That could be good. Do you guys want to go try to find Warsh?
Yeah, let's recruit more people to our cause. It seems like all the other villagers are on board, though, right?
Yes, as far as you can tell, the rest of them are
Okay.
good to go. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Who's Warsh?
The ferryman.
Oh. Narcissist
Isn't it
man.
crazy?
Got it.
The most
Yeah.
made-up name is the only name I remember from the last session.
Okay, so looks like we're gonna go different ways. Who do we want to start with first?
I honestly want to hear more about the the one-on-one
Yeah.
fish cooking session. I want to hear how that goes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
do
go.
that
Let's
then.
go to cooking show, please.
Perfect. Okay. So, Freddie, you make your way to the smokehouse. You see Alberto directs you to the kind of like the back room of the smokehouse, not accessible to, or some smoke was coming through because it is an attached room. But he takes you around the back of the building you were in before, opens up the door, and he walks you into the smokehouse area. The smoke billows out of the smokehouse, and he turns to you and he says, this where smoke occur, this where food preparation occur. Sadly, not as much butchering done here, but the tail end of preparation occurs here. Do you prefer
I'm sure
butchering?
the smoking is a very important part of the process. I prefer the butchering.
You see, he nods his head and he's very pleased with that answer. He hands you a knife, and there's like a little table in the smoke area, and he says, "You showing me how prepare fish for smoking with this tool." He hands you a knife, and he directs you towards the table. There's a fish already on there. He had stepped away briefly to go see what was going on at the village center, but now that he's back, he gives you the opportunity to show your skill.
Yes, I will do that by rolling on my cook's utensils. Maybe. Where is the button? I roll a total of 14.
14. Okay. With the 14, you're pretty skilled with the knife. It's not perfect by any means. I mean, you're not cleaning fish or all that often, but you do a fine enough job. And you can see that Alberto is not all that concerned with the look of the fish itself at the end. You can see he kind of like loses interest once you after you make a couple cuts and dress. Once you start cleaning the fish and everything, he's much less interested in that. He was very clearly more interested in your knife skills and how you handled the knife. And you can see he got oddly a lot of satisfaction and pleasure from watching you use this knife on this dead creature.
In my previous, life, I had many skills with the knife. However, those instances were wiped from my memory, probably for good reasons.
And he says, you remember how to use knife, and I get opportunity to use knife and give me reason to say yes to have town ready for threat.
I was referring to the food. However, that is a great point as well.
The dialect. We're talking past each other at this point, but
Yeah, we don't have to keep having a conversation if it's isn't gonna go anywhere or anything.
oh no. No, in character he's just he's still getting used to your dialect as well. But you've definitely made progress. What you've discerned, QWERTY, is that he's someone who is very much more interested in the preparing of this food and the dressing of the food for purposes of using his knife. He likes the carnage and the butchering. That's what he ultimately likes. And you're a little I don't know. I mean, how does that make QWERTY feel? Is he unnerved by that, or does he feel anything at all, or is he just using he's just trying to get this guy to say yes?
I am a robot. I am not easily concerned.
Cool. Well, he maybe that's part of the reason he took to what is it you had to say? Also, maybe he's someone with a single-mindedness as well.
Perhaps he experienced trauma, therefore needs mental therapy.
Go back to the Kellanvor temple.
Accessing therapeutic database. Continuing on.
And then he just continues to like do therapy sessions with him while they go on.
I love that. Okay, great. So, at the end of that, we leave that scene pretty certain that he agrees that as long as what you've gathered, QWERTY, is as long as he gets to fight and cause some carnage, he's willing to go along with what the village has to say, in the hopes that it means that there will be a threat and that he will have the opportunity to attack. So, that's a success for you. Okay, so let's head back briefly to the think the rest of the group returns to the ferry. QWERTY, you're away. You're still hanging out with Alberto. You approach Warsh and his four individuals, his four coworkers or employees. They're they're just sitting here, kind of watching the ferry, looking out towards the sea, making sure that just keeping watch. What do you do as you approach?
Did Allison come with us?
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Her.
Cool.
Thank you.
I think it'd just be helpful to have like a representative from the village with us.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay,
so you walk up. What do you do?
Say, hello, Warsh. It seems like it's time for us to defend the village. So far, the crones and the villagers all seem ready to stand up and defend the village from the upcoming attack. And we can see that you and your crew seem quite capable, and we hope that you can help us defend the village as well.
What interest you have in village?
Well, there's a balance to all things in this world, and destruction of any sort of life that has meaning destroys that balance. So it's of the utmost importance to me to protect this village where life is so sacred. Maintain balance.
You focusing in on protect. I focusing in on preserve me. I could easily leaving the village. It'd be difficult to make way in the mainland, but what's in for me if we stay?
Yeah.
Well, hold on, let me just check my pockets here. I think you're money motivated, Warsh. Let me check out my coin. Oh, and I have no coin. But no village. It's kind of like almost like negative coin if it goes away, right? So net positive if you, I don't know, keep this child and the rest of this town alive. That could be money, right? And Alberto's cooking. I know you guys like that, right? Fish stew every night. You can't put a dollar value on that, right?
He turns his back to you and he starts unwinding the rope up to the ferry.
seems that you can put a value on that. Hold on, I'm sure I have.
Oh, all right. I have some coins in my back pocket. Okay. How about a gold coin for each of you? If you'd like to help us stand our ground here.
He looks at the four other individuals who kind of don't. It seems like they're having a conversation just by their facial expressions. You know, they've done this before. They turn back to you, and Warsh says, 3 gold pieces each.
This is out of character. Did I pick up anything when I completely ransacked their sacred, like, cave, altar? Does any of that seem obviously valuable? I know we got a knife, scrolls, and a book. I guess I could give them a knife.
I think so. Even if I didn't say it when you grabbed it, because I do distinctly remember you saying you grabbed everything. you take off your. I can't remember if I said this, and if I didn't, this is hilarious. But you take off your backpack and your bag. You look inside. You find a literal gold bar in your backpack.
Warrior 1, you're not gonna believe this.
Oh my. It's like finding cash in your pocket after doing laundry.
Here's this very heavy cash I found. Is it soft enough to like maybe pinch in half or something?
Yeah, hold on. Let me find the note really quickly, and I can be totally sure of how valuable it was.
I mean, I love fan favorite Warsh, but I don't know if I want to give him like a grand.
I have no need of material possessions.
Okay. You might. Oh, you don't know.
It's actually several gold bars that you have.
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, I cannot believe I didn't say this earlier.
Warrior 1.
It's in my notes. I swear. It's in the module. Though you take a look at the gold pieces and you do a quick calculation. John, you have 200 gold pieces worth of gold in your bag right now.
You're not gonna
in gold
believe
bars.
it. How much is 1 gold bar? So I have 5 gold bars, you said?
Yeah, like 5, yeah.
Okay, I will, having the maybe -1 charisma, I'll pass 1 bar to Warrior 1 and just say, you know what to do with this. Pay the man.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have coins on us, but I assume that this will have to do, and yeah, I display the gold bar to Warsh and his companions.
Think of it as a long coin you guys get to share.
You can make you can make many coins out of this.
It's your coin.
He takes he lifts out his hand. He takes the gold bar. He inspects it. He looks at the 4 other individuals. Looks back at the bar, and he looks up to you and says, "Listen, to the village." And they start making their way up towards the village, and that's where we're going to end tonight's session, team.
Oh, guys, we got to find more gold bars. I mean, that's really moving that along.
You gave away your 1 gold bar, he said to the rest of the party.
Oh, damn. That's it.
I hope that will cover our trip back.
All right, team. Well, for everyone on stream, thanks so much for watching. We will be back next week. Just a reminder that June 7th is the CMSA eSports get-together at the North End in North Halsted in Chicago at 7:30 p.m. We'd love to see you there, so mark your calendars. We'll see you then. Otherwise, have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. Bye.